It's your guy who is never lying, sometimes defiant. TP Way the Giant, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in and rocking with me. If you haven't already, go ahead and like this video, hype this video, and subscribe, man. Let's get into it. I know yesterday I talked a little bit about my feelings of our current wide receiver group. I know it seems like I'm just jumping all over the place, but I'm really trying to get to the position groups, man, that caught my attention. And this cornerback room has definitely caught my attention, but in a good way. I feel like we have definitely upgraded, and I kind of want to get into how I feel about these individuals. Now, let's start here with Paulson Adebo. My question that I have for y'all is, how do y'all feel Paulson Adebo performed as our CB1 last season? I know for me, I think that Paulson Adebo was fair. Fair in the sense of you factor in him playing after being injured and on a little hiatus. This being his return, I would say. There were some times where I was like, damn, he's getting smoked. But then there were some times where I felt like he played the ball pretty well. Behind Cordell Flott, I felt like he played the ball the best. And there were some times where he made some solid plays. So if I was to give him a grade D plus C minus around there, maybe that's a hard grading scale that I'm coming from. But, I think that's a fair and safe place to put him. But to me, the conversation really falls to who's going to be playing aside Paulson Adebo. Colton Hood, Greg Newsome, or even Deonte Banks. Now, I want to start here with Colton Hood, man. I wasn't able to do a lot of the research that I'm typically able to do in the offseason. But my twin brother was the one to let me know that we drafted Colton Hood, and he was big on that pick. He was the one that was telling me, y'all got y'all one. So it definitely intrigued me, and I dig deep into film and paid a lot of attention to Colton Hood. And speaking of my twin brother, who was a Panther fan, I got a lot of J.C. Horn from Colton Hood's game. Colton Hood can be a zone guy, and he also can strap you up man to man. I like his height. I like the way he plays the ball, how confident he is. I like the way he is a ball hawk. He is a playmaker. He's not scared to come up and make a tackle. I mean, he definitely has attributes as to what we've been missing and what I believe could be a recipe for a very, very good corner for us. So much so that I think we could have talks about Colton Hood being the CB1 for this team. Now, when I found out that, Wan'Dale Robinson and Cordell Flott was no longer a New York Giant, those were my two guys that I felt like weren't superstarish, but were guys that provided the New York Giants with a certain pedigree that I appreciated. Now, Cordell Flott was someone who continued to progress, get better and better and better. And my question, the same question that I had for Wan'Dale Robinson, I'm going to have for Cordell Flott, is who is going to bring that same tenacity? Who's going to fill that production, that hole? And I think we did a good job with getting Colton Hood to do that. I love the pick in the second round. What a steal. Now, Greg Newsome and Deonte Banks, these are two guys that are having good practices. Their names are still floating around in this conversation. You can't sleep on these guys either. I know a lot of people are sick of the idea of having Deonte Banks at corner. But as long as the competition is open, as long as the competition is there, I am all for seeing him to continue to compete. Okay, I haven't completely given up on Deonte Banks, even though he has given me reasons as why I should. Go compete, young man. Go compete. And I think we all can agree when it comes to Deonte Banks that we want to see him at kick returner as well. So, yes, go compete. Of course, you got Greg Newsome II. You know he has something to say when it comes to competing and playing a major role for this team, man. Definitely seems like a John Harbaugh-ish type pick because Greg Newsome, man, he's a scrappy guy, another person who damn sure ain't afraid to come up and make a tackle. We've seen him play the outside, inside, everything, man. So his pedigree is much needed as well. I'm looking forward to seeing him compete. I had the pleasure of seeing him live when the Giants played the Browns. And, I think he's going to add that scrappiness to this group. I was listening to his first interview with the Giants, man, and he said all the right things, man. Just basically a guy that's hungry to win, and is ready to ball, man. So I've been hearing reports that he's been putting up some good practices as well. And just ultimately, we have a little thing of depth now, and it's going to be an exciting competition this training camp that I'm looking forward to seeing. So I got to give y'all a grade. Man. I got to give this cornerback room the grade of a, honestly, if I'm grading it off of what I think Colton Hood is going to be, this can possibly be a B. And on a lighter end, maybe a C, maybe a C-ish. So I'll stick to that range. That's how I feel right now. And before I wrap this up, there's one more corner that I want to mention, man, that may be a corner that a lot of Giant fans don't take serious or don't even think about, man. But that's Corey Black. Now, Corey Black definitely looked like a rookie at times last season, but he's definitely showed potential as well. He is someone who definitely has the speed that I appreciate, that I like, and he was at the right place and at the right time at times last season. He showed potential, man. I will say that. Now, he didn't always make the play, unfortunately, but just like I was saying about Cordell Flott, I just hope Corey Black could continue to progress and continue to get better and get better. And you never know, man. When his number is called, he could be somebody that we could potentially count on. So I say all of this to say, man, I love the fact that the CB2 or the CB room, I would say, is an open book. And it's a competitive group. And I'm looking forward to the competition. And may the best man win. I wouldn't have it any other way. Let these guys compete, and let's see who comes out on top. So that is that on that, man. Again, y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this cornerback room. I am with it. I think John Harbaugh and staff is going to get the best out of these guys. So we will see. New York Giants, salute to each and every one of you. Again, don't forget to like this video. Hype this video, and especially if you are a New York Giant fan, man, welcome home. Go ahead and subscribe. I will holla at y'all, and until I'll holla at y'all, FIFA, faux fun. Peace.